All right. Good afternoon. This is Clayton Hicks with H7 Network, H7 Global Network. And today we have team leads and other global network partners on the call today. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our H7 Connect, H7X training. And this is about the fundamentals of both programs. So why don't we go ahead and jump right on in. So as an update, as of today, there were 23 territories. Last Thursday we had 23 territories nationally that we were involved in. As of today, Shane has supported us to bring on 21 more. And we'll talk about our newest territories. So our newest territories are in Baltimore, and last week was Orange County. So half of the county was stoked up by one of our growth coaches, Joe, and so he's opening up and starting his training, and Vernon in Baltimore will begin his training as of this week, and moving forward with that. So recently we have deployed our Just Ask cards, and our Just Ask cards, we're going through a lot of them already. We are down to 0, which means we have handed out 1,000 of these cards in the Cincinnati and Dayton market as of 2 weeks. And so the goal here is that we eventually get our members to bring them to the meetings, that they've already been pre-filled out and ready to go. There'll be more on the Just Ask cards in a short time. Next update is we're doing more webinars. So for those of you in the Team Lead program that are not on this call, we are doing these Team Lead webinars as often as 2 and 3 times a month to make sure that everybody is getting the information in any part of this country. There's the same information being shared, and so that we're all on the same page. So please find yourself visiting the h7network.com/calendar in the website, or go to the Genesis tab, and underneath there is the calendar. So next is our promotional items. We're working with a gentleman out in Springfield. He's a new member, and he is going to be supplying us a web page or portal or shopping cart, whatever you want to call it, with 4 items for sale. So there will be a coffee cup, a mouse pad, a keychain, and a refrigerator magnet. We are going to be looking to other members that can supply us with a web page and a shopping cart to help manage that process. But I got my samples. I did not bring any samples onto this call. So let's move on. So far, our first update of today, or first discussion of today, is going to be on the forum. And in the forum, so far we have 39 team leads, and I think that does include a few of our directors. So 39, and I think the last count I had was close to 90 in this region. And so please find yourself in this forum. So we can go out to the forum from here, and we just log in. H7 Respect. We come back here, and in this forum you can see we have new members from January posted. I think there was 34 of them. We will refine that a little bit, make sure that our team leads know what territories they're in. There's also general requests that you may have, or support that you need, or any kind of question about H7X or who you want to connect with. We'd love to have you put that out there so we can share that with the rest of our team leads. Activities for Connect or X and then connect only stuff and evolve only stuff. So we'll go on. Next is the Just Ask cards. So I try to talk about this in the meetings as to why we use them. And so we will share officially why we use them so that others can hear and understand. Number one is application. So application of their communication. So it is a communication tool. So if they'll use it, they will be more inclined to use it more and more and more. So the application there, we're looking to get our members to bring them back and forth to the meeting so that they get faster. When somebody asks them what they're looking for, they can pull out their card and they can say it. Second is practicing. So they practice writing on the cards, they practice thinking about who they're looking to connect with, so on and so forth. So practicing creates number three, which is manifestation. So you are basically manifesting your target market, and people in the group are willing to be supportive. So the cards are very important to our membership. And like I said, we went through about 1,000 of them over the last 2 weeks. And we have already communicated to our printer, and they are, well, I think she just printed 3,000 so that anybody in the country right now have access to them as quickly as possible. All right, so today's training is going to be on the fundamentals of the programs. So the first fundamentals we're going to talk about is H7X. So for those who are H7X team leads, you know, you got these 7 folks or 10 folks or 12 folks in the team. You've got some that some meetings that you talk about upcoming events that you may be doing. You are talking about seminars you may be doing, and maybe marketing material that you're providing or putting together as a team. But there are 2 basic fundamentals to an H7X team meeting. So the first one is the first 15 minutes. First 15 minutes of every single meeting should be discussing what happened from the previous meeting in terms of who is going to make the referral or introduction or whatever they have decided to do for you as a teammate. So you can talk, you know, it's basically accountability for your team to make sure that it's moving forward together and helping each other. The next fundamental, or the only other fundamental, is the last 15 minutes. The last 15 minutes are designed for the teammate to be able to share what they're looking for, who they're looking for to connect, who they're looking to connect with specifically. You can see why those cards now come in handy, because now they can write down the requests and they can speak them in the team meeting. So the last 15 minutes, the goal should be that everybody walks out with something. So the 3 will help, the 3 requests will help, and you know, it helps give the team options to know who they can refer to. So the first 15 minutes are discussing the last 15 minutes. So think of it as a bookend. The secondary 30 minutes basically are fundamentals, not really fundamentals, but they're things that the teams want to do. It could be adding new teammates for the GROW system. It can be, you know, what are we going to do together as a team? Are we going to build a brochure? Are we going to put on a seminar? Whatever that looks like, but the first and last 15 minutes should never change. They should all look the same. All right, H7 Connect fundamentals are going to be a little different. We have quite a few more, and we're going to go over them. The first fundamental is always, you know, the visitors. And so visitors are very important. And I am sorry for the mistake here on the page where it says 2 fundamentals of H7X. It should be fundamental segments of H7 Connect. So number 1 is visitors. Always want to Ask who are first timers there today. It's a great indicator that you're growing when you have first timers. So you want to know that that's happening. You also want to know that because you may have visitors from other meetings, and that's always awesome that they travel and they're supporting you, and they must really like what you're doing because you're traveling, etc. So it's always good to recognize that. Second is the celebration. This is a new fundamental, so hold tight. We would like to remove the celebrations that are specifically just personal. Our goal in celebrations is to hear how the members are working together. So this being a new fundamental, we'll go slow, no problem. Basically, what you're going to ask during celebrations is, who has been working with who? Does someone have an introduction that they received from somebody else? Please share. So we're looking to get the members that are coming to the meetings to share how they're working together. And guess what? The visitors see that they're working together, and the visitors are more inclined to stay. Not only that, but if the members are celebrating that they got a referral from this person, or someone email introduced them to this person, they're now able to show gratitude. Not everybody does that, so it's a good practice to get into. So again, when you ask people to celebrate, you're looking for specific things. You're looking for how are they working with other members. Have they, have them describe an introduction that they received or a referral they received, and talk about it openly. Similar to an H7X where you're doing accountability, but only the fact that you're asking that question. We're not trying to push as hard for accountability in Connect, but some level of accountability. Number 3 is introductions. This is a new fundamental as well. In their 30-second commercials, we should be timing them. I say that's new. It's not really new, but it's kind of new because not everybody actually pulls out a timer on their phone and actually does it. So what we'd like to see happen is a team lead look at his or her meeting format, and if there's not enough room for everything, the first place you go to is your introductions. Most people come on a weekly basis, so you may have a very familiar commercials. So when they're doing commercials, you can say we're going to do 20 seconds. In fact, we have the largest group in Westchester. They're moving down to 15 and 20 seconds. Not everybody does, but please time them. And what you want to do is you want to ask them with their commercial to say one or two of their requests. They should have them on their card. Okay? So we're looking for them to now speak out to the public what they're looking for, not just in the small groups. So the next part, the next fundamental is just ask, which has to do with the cards. So because it's a fundamental, we have to be willing to add that fundamental anywhere we can. So we can ask, if our activity time does not include time for them to talk about their requests and the things they're looking for, then what you do is you take their requests they're looking for and you put them in the 30-second commercials and you put them at the end of the meeting. And so you want to pull up with about 10 minutes left in the meeting and ask everybody to go around the room and say their name of their business, and one or two requests. And don't tell us why. Remember, fundamentally, they're to tell us their request, but not tell us why. So if you have a guest speaker, fine. You can have the guest speaker, but we never get away from them getting a chance to say what they're looking for because they are there for that. Members join the organizations because they're looking for something. They're looking for people to help them with the word-of-mouth marketing. That's why every single one has joined. Now, there are some people that are looking to mentor everybody, but the vast majority of our members are looking to be able to tell others what they're looking for and get help reaching them. So we've got to make sure we put those into the meeting format. So when it comes to reliable word-of-mouth marketing. Now, this is on this slide because I really was hoping to get some interactivity about this, and but the goal here to discuss is, how do our members treat word-of-mouth marketing? How do they, what percentage of their marketing plan is word-of-mouth marketing? And how do you use H7 to make it more reliable? The average person does not have very reliable word-of-mouth marketing. Okay, it's no big deal. It is what it is. They came out the network. They're hoping to meet people and hoping people will help them with their requests. So if you wanted to make H7 more reliable, what we need to do is this very simple thing. We are creating what is called Fuel. It is a program to help make word-of-mouth marketing more reliable. It's a big problem out there. I've been spending time with marketing people, and lots of marketing people say the least reliable type of marketing is word of mouth. So we are setting out to revolutionize that with Fuel. Fuel is specifically just trainings on making H7 or making word of mouth marketing more reliable. And we have very good stuff, very good techniques that does that for you. And so the one thing that I wanted to share was that the one takeaway I want everybody to have is this. From now on, starting today, when you say your request specifically, and someone says that they have that connection, ask them for their card or their contact information, engage them, get their information, and now it's your responsibility to follow with that person to make sure that the introduction is made. If they don't, within a week, take them to the side and have a conversation. How long do you think it'll take to make the introduction? Have that conversation, engage, and then at the next meeting after that introduction has been made, you now have something to celebrate. If they have not made it, we ask that you very calmly confront them and talk with them and say, hey, where did that introduction go? So what we're doing, this technique is specific to the person that asks for it must follow up for it. That's it. That's what I want you to remember. That's what I would ask for you to do, and to make this the best possible, most reliable word-of-mouth marketing that you can find starting now. So, last thing, website and directory. So, everybody is pretty familiar with where the directory is. I just want to make sure I quickly go over these last three things. Your area is Genesis. You are in the Genesis program, and so you go to h7network.com/Genesis. The password is capital H, the number 7, and respect, all lowercase. We do have a Facebook page. Make sure you're following it, and please jump in the group, and then make sure that you're a part of the forum, and make sure that you're watching for the calendar for all the upcoming webinars that we'll be providing for free to our Genesis members. Again, my name is Clayton Hicks. Everybody have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Thanks, Clayton.
Cool. All right.